Just a few years ago, stock footage was too expensive for most independent producers to even consider. You had to drop big bucks to use even a few clips, so very few people did. Digital Juice's Video Tracks library changed that, and now anyone, including you, can afford to have thousands of clips on the shelf to use however you like. You don't think you'd use stock footage? Don't go anywhere. In this episode, I'll share 5 cool ways that Video Tracks can make your life easier and your productions better. Thanks to Video Tracks, stock footage isn't the rare commodity it used to be. In fact, it's something that you can use in every one of your productions in lots of different ways. Don't believe me? Let's take 5. Number 1, cover your cuts. Video Tracks gives you lots of options to cover up awkward edits.
I recently had to take my car to the shop. It definitely wasn't a good experience. You want to make sure that whoever you take it to is reputable, certified, can basically back up the work that they're doing. I mean, if you can find you a mechanic, a good mechanic, he's worth more than his weight in gold.
We've all been there. You're editing a speech or an interview that was shot with a single camera, and after editing your audio, you're left with a series of jarring jump cuts. So what do? Let me start by saying that for you, from now on, leaving them in is not an option. Okay, let's stop for a second because we really need to talk. I want to give you a quick Chuck tip to tuck away somewhere in the back of your mind to pull out next time you sit down to edit. As an editor, the best edits you'll ever make will be completely invisible to your audience. In my mind, any edit that draws too much attention to itself is a distraction from the message of the program, and the message of the program always has to be the number one most important thing in your edits. So, editing isn't about editing, it's about communicating the message of the show. And having your subject bounce around the screen like Max Headroom definitely falls under the category of unacceptable editing. And trust me, throwing in dissolves to try to smooth out those edits, that's really not any better. It looks worse. I see it like this. If you wouldn't see it on a primetime Barbara Walters TV interview, it shouldn't be in your videos either. Okay, enough soapbox, back to the show. The better bet in situations like these is to cover those junky jump cuts with cutaways. But, uh-oh, you didn't shoot any. Hey, don't worry, that's where Video Tracks comes in. Whether your speaker's talking about fitness, flamingos, flowers, or foreign countries, Video Tracks has the footage you need to cover your cuts. You can use the Juicer search tool to find clips on whatever topic you need, then drop them onto your timeline to mask the offending edits. Let's watch that sequence now.
I recently had to take my car to the shop. You want to make sure that whoever you take it to is reputable, certified, can basically back up the work that they're doing. I mean, if you can find you a mechanic, a good mechanic, he's worth more than his weight in gold.
Video Tracks won't just keep you from looking like an amateur, it'll actually make you look like even more of a pro. Tip number 2, create no-shoot productions. With Video Tracks, you can create entire programs without ever touching a camera. Because the Video Tracks library has so many clips, more than 10,000 in the entire collection, you can assemble entire edits without shooting a single frame. A lot of the shots in Video Tracks were produced as sequences at the same set, so you don't have to work with just a single clip, you have a whole series of shots. I know for a fact that there are quite a few commercial, church, and corporate producers out there who are making some pretty killer videos without ever getting out of their seats or leaving their suites.
Your career puts demands on you every day, but being a parent is the most important job you'll ever have. Spend time with your kids. You'll be glad you did.
Tip number 3, make greater graphics. Video Tracks clips aren't just for B-roll, they're also a fantastic foundation for great graphics. Sometimes it takes more than just a texture to make a great graphic. If you're looking for fresh ideas for your titles, reach for Video Tracks. Some Video Tracks clips were shot specifically with graphics in mind. Look for a clip like this one that's framed a little to the side, add your text or a logo in the empty area, and your graphic is good to go. Pretty sweet, huh? How about this? You can turn a general-purpose jumpbacks animation like this one from Volume 32 Basecamp into a themed background by dropping your video on one track, the animation on another, and adjusting the transparency of the background just enough to let your footage fade through to the front for a one-of-a-kind custom text template. Or colorize the clip, add a blur, and pick out an overlay from an ETK to plop on top. Now just type your text and you've got yourself a pretty great graphic. If you need to put a fresh face on your titles and graphics, look to Video Tracks. Number 4, intro your show. Video tracks can help you start your shows on the right foot. Even if you don't use video tracks clips in your episodes, they can definitely help you create a cool open. Let's say we need to create an open for a travel show we're working on for a travel agency. A sequence of shots like these, taken straight from video tracks, add an instant look of quality. Thanks to video tracks, this show has an open that grabs the viewer's attention and has them expecting something great. You don't have to have a network budget to have a slick open for your shows. All you need is video tracks. Number 5, communicate concepts. Some shots work best when they're not taken literally. Video tracks clips are a great resource for communicating hard-to-communicate concepts. Use them to illustrate stress, or talk about teamwork, wastefulness, sadness, or success. If you need to impart ideas with images, video tracks is a resource you'll reach for again and again. There you go, 5 useful uses for video tracks. Number 1, cover your cuts. Number 2, make no-shoot productions. Number 3, make greater graphics. Number 4, intro your show. And number 5, communicate concepts. The affordability of video tracks makes professionally produced stock footage accessible to anyone, even you. The trick is to keep finding creative ways to use your collection so you can make the most of your media. Until next time, stop thinking of stock footage as a last resort and start reaching for it every time you edit.